Good day, everybody. It is currently the 15th of April 2010, right around 05 Zulu for those of you worldwide here, and meteorologist Robert Speta here with the Western Pacific and Australian weather update. And we are going to go down south here in just a moment here. So I do want to note, I did say meteorologist, just got the final approval on that, so just changed in title name for these updates, but no change in my forecast here. But as far as the Western Pacific here, very calm out there today. We do have a low developing up here over Manchuria. You're going to run over Honshu over the next 24 hours with another low developing off of that southeast of Honshu. Expecting some precipitation basically tonight into tomorrow morning for much of Japan, and then one again on the 18th. Otherwise, though, the Westpac high is dominating, producing fair weather through all of the region here, from Luzon to Taiwan all the way up to Okinawa. Beautiful day here today and into tomorrow expected, with just some monsoonal trough down in here south of 10 degrees latitude, so no development expected out of that. But moving on to the southern hemisphere with the main topic of today, it is Invest 92 Sierra, now upgraded to Tropical Cyclone 1 Sierra, or Errol. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm fairly confident I'm not, so if anybody wants to correct me out there, please go ahead and do so. But we have seen some rapid intensification of this system over the last basically 12 hours here. Just off the coast of Darwin this morning, was noticing on radar imagery down here that you could see the circulation. I actually was trying to put an update out about, let's say about 10 hours ago, but I was having a lot of technical difficulties. The bandwidth here in Japan goes in and out basically due to obvious events up here, but there could see some radar circulation down here. And if we go actually to the radar out of Wyndham right now, you can see some of these outer rain bands with this system, and basically you can kind of see the center of circulation with this clockwise circulation going around in here with these rain bands here just along the coast right in this region, about 200 nautical miles towards the west-southwest of Darwin, so really kind of away from that metropolitan area, but you still have plenty of other districts right in this region that can continue to see rain showers out of this. And actually the Bureau of Meteorology has issued gale watches for much of the region right in here, and also expecting to see high precipitation counting up here all the way from Wyndham all the way up to a lot of these other towns along the northern portion of the Western Territory here. So just one thing to note, right now we're only seeing about winds about 40 gusting up to 50 knots, so nothing too strong, but it still is a possibility of that gale along the shorelines here. So definitely no venturing out to the beaches today would probably be a bad idea unless you're one of those really die-hard surfers, and still that sounds like a very dangerous situation out here. So just one thing to note, but this is also showing the current track put out by the Bureau of Meteorology, expecting this to drift off towards the northwest over the next several days, eventually dying out on the 17th and the 18th as this encounters some increased wind shear, and also due to a lack of Coriolis force. Once you get up near 10 degrees, you start to lose that circulation basically imposed by the Earth's rotation itself, so you kind of lose that, and then you lose the overall circulation allowed for this warm core low to develop here. And here, looking at the JTWC's warning on the system as well, currently at 40 gusting to 50 knots. They're expecting a max around 55 gusting up to 70 knots here on the 16th, and then eventually into the 17th before it starts to dissipate out as well. So the JTWC, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center out of Pearl Harbor, holds on to the system a little bit longer, but good news, both agree that it's going to drift off towards the west-northwest, not really affect too much of Indonesia. Might see some outer rain bands here, but not expecting too much out of that before it kind of drifts off over the Indian Ocean and dies out over water. And to kind of verify the track of this system and why it is going to go off towards the west-northwest here, right now you're currently showing the current streamline analysis out here across Australia, and basically the high-pressure ridge that dominates Australia most of the year is kind of producing a very weak steering environment for this system right now. Well, over the next basically 24 to 48 hours, you're going to kind of see this kind of weaken up here, and you're going to continue to see the overall background flow kind of rush off towards the northwest here. And for example, this is overnight on the 16th. You see all these lines much tighter together, and they kind of move off towards the northwest here, and basically at this time our cyclone is only going to be located right around this region. It's kind of going to get wrapped up in that overall background flow and rush off towards the west-northwest south of Indonesia here. So not expecting this at all to drift overland though, but you never know, some of these cyclones have been surprising us recently. But as of right now though, things are looking good for much of the Western Territory there around Australia. But you will continue to see some of these rain bands, as already noted, kind of moving off here, especially towards Darwin. You could see some potential for some localized flash flooding in these regions, especially as some of this kind of gets thrown off towards the east here, and then some embedded thunderstorms within these rain bands right in here. You can kind of see here on the satellite picture. Actually, if we And you can actually see this a little bit more clear. Some of these outer rain bands developing up pretty strong here along the southern flank of this system. And also you can see that cyclonic circulation going clockwise around the center of the system here, just south of Indonesia. But also I want to just move over towards the east here, and we also still have this invest down in here, really getting sheared up. As noted yesterday, we basically got 50-knot winds running across here. So this is going to rush off towards New Zealand here and not really develop up into anything. You could see some increase in precipitation down here, but as of right now, you're kind of getting that baroclinic leaf effect out in this system, which is just very indicative of extratropical formations, or basically a transition season type of low. So it's going to run over New Caledonia, bring some increase in precipitation, but really not turn into anything too tropical out of that system. Really just going to remain in that cold core low phase. But otherwise, though, as far as this system is concerned, it will continue to drift off towards the west. As already stated, could see some increase in localized flash flooding in here, and also have those gale warnings along the coast. So that's really, as long as you're not right up on the beach or just in any low-lying areas, you should be okay, but just something to continue to watch with this system. As already noted, these cyclones do have a tendency to just kind of surprise us out here. But otherwise, though, that's all I got for today. Thank you once again for listening to westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, as usual, you can always post them here on the YouTube channel or at westernpacificweather.com in the shout box there. And once again, thanks everybody for listening. And as I already said before, I am always up for these suggestions. And if you have any suggestions for any links or anything like that, any better satellite pictures than the ones I use, always up to get some more information and like that, and always improve these videos and make them better. So thanks again, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.